A student live streams at school. Unexpectedly, he captured a big secret about a teacher. His name is B-Bear. As soon as he entered the classroom, the students immediately started mocking him. Are you some famous streamer? Want me to give you some attention? Not even 5 followers. What are you even doing with that live stream? Their verbal insults weren't enough. They even started throwing chalk at his head. B-Bear didn't want to escalate the conflict, so he chose to endure. The dean saw B-Bear's situation and wanted him to remove his camera helmet, but B-Bear cited laws protecting minors. Even if you are a school leader, you don't have the right to force me. I am protected by the law. Seeing B-Bear still defiant, the dean decided to take him to see the principal. You're going to regret this. At that moment, the principal was smoking in his office. B-Bear barged into the principal's office. The principal quickly threw his cigarette into the trash. After taking measures to get rid of the smell, he pretended to be working. After understanding the situation, he asked B-Bear to remove his helmet, but B-Bear insisted he hadn't violated any school rules. Seeing B-Bear unmoved, the principal decided to handle it himself, but B-Bear had already screwed the helmet in place, so the principal couldn't force it off. Suddenly, the trash can behind them caught fire. It seems the principal's cigarette wasn't fully put out. The dean scrambled to put out the fire, but the flames kept growing. In a critical moment, the principal opened the window and threw out the burning trash, almost ruining the nation's hope, our students. He took B-Bear to find the woodshop teacher. They needed to get this troublesome thing sorted out today, but when they opened the classroom, the teacher was nowhere to be seen. It turned out he had drunk too much and was napping in the lounge. B-Bear had to wear the camera helmet to school and recorded the teacher's misconduct. The principal knocked on the door, urging the woodworking teacher to come out quickly. The teacher, still half asleep, cursed loudly. To maintain the school's image, the principal quickly pulled B-Bear aside and told him to go to class first. B-Bear changed clothes and went to gym class. The teacher was asking about the helmet on his head, but was called out by a colleague. The teacher let them have free time temporarily. B-Bear couldn't help but notice the bully's girlfriend's amazing figure. Students watching the live stream called him a pervert. The bully found out about this, cursed at B-Bear, and pushed him down. But the bully's girlfriend helped B-Bear up. Although she was dating the bully, she didn't approve of his violent behavior, so she took B-Bear to find the gym teacher. The boy was live streaming at school. He barged into the office and saw the gym teacher having an affair. The scene was very awkward. The teacher had no idea that B-Bear was streaming it live. B-Bear went to find the school nurse and captured another big story in the nurse's office. The nurse glanced at the injury and told B-Bear to apply the medicine himself. She complained about her loneliness and how she needed to find a boyfriend. When B-Bear looked up, he saw the nurse changing clothes. Realizing he was still live streaming, B-Bear quickly left. Just as one problem remained unresolved, another arose. Injured B-Bear returned to the changing room to find his clothes missing. He sought help from the security guard, wanting to check the footage to see who took his clothes. But the guard was busy watching a K-channel video, so she was too preoccupied to help him. She casually told him to find out himself, and continued watching with her headphones on. At that moment, a big man walked in. A big man stormed into the school and attacked the gym teacher. It turned out that B-Bear's live stream had recorded the gym teacher and the man's wife having an affair. The men saw the footage. During the commotion, the security guard lady was disturbed and furious. He hit each of them with a stun baton. The big man was knocked down, and the culprit, B-Bear, quickly ran away. Back at home, B-Bear discovered that someone had turned his day's live stream into a parody video. The next day, when the school nurse arrived at school, she was met with intense stares. She was still unaware of what had happened. In her office, she was taking selfies in front of a mirror. When some of the boys walked in, they started with some flirtatious comments. This left the nurse confused. Unexpectedly, he tried to make a move, and the nurse slapped him away. You little brat, trying to hit on your teacher. Go home and wash up and sleep. B-Bear also faced trouble in the cafeteria. When paying, he realized he was short on cash. The cashier promptly took his soup away. B-Bear was live streaming at school when he suddenly discovered there was a dead fly in the cafeteria food. He wanted to get a replacement, but the cashier ignored him. I'm just in charge of collecting money. The quality of the food isn't my responsibility. Just make do with it. As B-Bear was turning away, the bully's sidekick knocked over his food, smirking at him. Not only that, the bully grabbed B-Bear by the neck, warning him to keep his head down at school. No one helped him. Even the cashier told him to stop dawdling and clean up the mess. B-Bear had no choice but to eat dry bread. All the staff and teachers were watching the parody video online. The whole school became an internet sensation. Have you ever seen such a terrible school? The security guard lady using a stun baton to solve problems. A lonely nurse desperate for a boyfriend. A married female teacher having an affair with the gym teacher. a foul-mouthed alcoholic teacher, a cafeteria with poor hygiene, an unhelpful cashier, and finally, a careless principal who caused a fire with his smoking. Once this video went viral, the school didn't need to buy traffic. It topped the trending searches. B-Bear had only been there for 2 days, but he made the admissions office staff's year of work a total waste. The principal was furious, nearly having a stroke. The staff in the video tried to defend themselves, but the principal didn't believe them. The top priority was to make B-Bear remove his helmet. So he sent the dean to talk to B-Bear's parents. After the meeting, the principal kept the nurse behind and confessed he had liked her for a long time. The principal tried to seduce the school nurse, hoping for something more. He even touched her hand. The nurse saw through his intentions and directly rejected him. The principal tried to save face by claiming he was just concerned for his female subordinate and thanked her for her contributions to the school. After sending her away with a smile, he immediately changed his demeanor. The dean came to discuss the helmet issue with B-Bear's mother. She was unaware of the live stream. Hearing the commotion, B-Bear quickly came out to smooth things over. Just then, a scream came from the room. His father had been electrocuted. The family rushed him to the hospital, so the helmet issue had to be postponed. At the hospital, the family waited for 2 hours, but no doctor came. The big man who had fought with the gym teacher recognized B-Bear. If not for B-Bear's live stream, he might have remained in the dark. So, he used his position to get B-Bear's father an earlier appointment. After an examination, it turned out his father was fine and just needed more rest. B-Bear had offended all the teachers at school with his live stream. He was knocked down by 2 men, and his helmet fell to the ground. He quickly put the helmet into his bag. At school, the principal and others were on high alert, waiting for B-Bear. As soon as he arrived, they forcibly took his helmet. However, B-Bear hadn't brought it with him today, which caught them off guard. Without his helmet, B-Bear became a target for bullying. Students started filming him again and taunting him, saying, "Hey, helmet kid, why aren't you wearing your helmet today?" The bully mocked him. "Still live streaming? You'd be better off watching from home." B-Bear had no choice but to put the helmet back on. When the principal saw B-Bear start the live stream again, he immediately called B-Bear's father, threatening that B-Bear would be expelled if he didn't remove the helmet. Just then, the head of the Education Bureau arrived. He praised B-Bear's actions, saying they were effective in overseeing the school, and recognized B-Bear's father as a great contributor. B-Bear wore his helmet to school and live streamed, capturing footage of the gym teacher and a female teacher having an affair. Exposing the school's dark side, B-Bear became a little hero. The bureau chief awarded a badge to B-Bear's father, saying that their joint efforts would help the principal improve the school. They happily sent the others away. As soon as the door closed, the bureau chief's attitude changed. He instructed the principal to find a way to get the helmet off B-Bear. With the upcoming election, he didn't want to risk losing his chance at re-election because of one troublemaker. The bureau chief applied constant pressure, while B-Bear continued to resist. The principal's already thinning hair was almost gone. B-Bear's mother was also distressed. She had listened to a neighboring vendor's advice and sold bad vegetables hidden at the bottom of the pile to customers. Unknowingly, all of this was broadcast by B-Bear. Viewers of the live stream saw her actions. The mother wanted to hit her son because he had live streamed her selling rotten vegetables. Customers stopped coming to her stall and even advised others not to buy from her. She was completely unaware of this until the neighboring vendor showed her the live stream video, which revealed the truth. Fuming, she rushed home to punish B-Bear. The father quickly intervened, saying, "No matter how angry you are, he's still your son." This only fueled her anger further. She grabbed a spoon from the table and threw it, causing the father to shut up in fear. As expected of a fighting spirit, her rage was unstoppable. Seeing that B-Bear still hadn't removed his helmet, she even picked up a kitchen knife, intending to personally deal with her disobedient child. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. When she opened it, she found it was the police. She quickly hid the knife behind her back and cautiously asked what the police wanted. It turned out they were there to thank B-Bear. B-Bear's luck was off the charts. The 2 men who had bumped into him in the morning were actually fugitive drug dealers. Thanks to B-Bear's live stream, the police were able to pinpoint their location and apprehend them. The police pulled out a certificate of appreciation from their bag and thanked B-Bear for his contribution. They even saluted him, leaving B-Bear's family stunned. They hadn't expected that a live stream could help catch fugitives. Seeing this, his mother no longer opposed him. But what about her stall? His father brought in a neighbor to help. The neighbor put on a show in front of the mother's stall, praising it highly. "Look at these vegetables. They are incredibly fresh. I love every single one of them." He picked up 2 tomatoes and smelled them, exclaiming, "Wow, what a refreshing aroma." He instructed the mother to pack up every type of vegetable. With this video, the mother's stall regained its former popularity. When B-Bear's story reached the principal held a staff meeting and instructed everyone to take good care of B-Bear, particularly to ensure that bullying by the school bully does not occur. With the principal's support, the security guard lady would stand up and smile to welcome B-Bear whenever he arrived. Even if B-Bear couldn't answer questions in class, the dean no longer blamed him. The cafeteria was renovated, and the head chef greeted B-Bear with a big smile. The cashier gave 5-star service with a big smile, and the dishes were offered at a 30% discount. With the helmet on, B-Bear became the school's big hero. The film is titled Strim. I recommend watching the original. Don't forget to like and subscribe.